And there you go, we are starting the second series right now. It's gonna be Kulenovići versus Eagles. Kulenovići is a team that is known for always starting really aggressive. It's like every time I just get to see them playing, just as soon as the kickoff is done, just they are always having these early shots toward the net coming. And for Eagles, it is a team that is definitely struggling to stay at the top at the moment. I'm not really sure how it's gonna go like, but I think both teams are somewhat close toward each other when it comes to the skills. And here goes just a shot from Fritzo, almost found the second touch. Followed up with another 50. It's gonna be off to the other side. A lot of demos going on right there. Now Fritzo just trying to set this up maybe for a double tap, but just still went in anyways without a need of a second touch. That is just a crucial miss from the defender right there, putting Kulenovići on an early lead. Fritzo with the pass. It's gonna be Sino. And again, just Fritzo having really solid ball control. Just whether if it's in defense or even in the midfield, just showing really good control. Now it's gonna be firm. None of the defenders were able to clear the ball, and now it's gonna be a tie game. Sino and Fritzo just stuck in a really awkward spot. None of them were able to do anything really useful for the team, and that's gonna cost them a goal. Now Vladimir getting a flip reset, but it's just so close. Just gonna be bouncing off the crossbar. It was a great start, and this is exactly the kind of aggression that I was talking about for Kulenovići. Just as soon as the kickoff is done, they're just able to get this kind of early aggression and just go for a lot of shots from the beginning. Just really leaves that kind of impression that this team is definitely no joke and has to be taken seriously. It's gonna be firm. Maybe just leaving it to Ramsey, not to the best touch. It's gonna be Vladimir with a shot and Ferm with a save. Now Sani with a center ball. Nobody was there for it. That's gonna be Fritzo with a 50 in the corner, and Vladimir once again in the air. Two players were going for the ball, none of them were able to get even a single touch. Now Fritzo trying to pinch the ball to center it for his teammate. Couldn't really get that going though. It's gonna be Sino or Sino. And once again, Fritzo on the offense isn't able to do much. Zero boost on his tank. It's gonna be Vladimir right now. It's a really good center ball, but it was quickly cleared from the Eagles. Now Ferm just trying to get the second touch, couldn't get it, but Ramsey was just standing, waiting for the ball to be dropping down, and there you go, just putting the team on the lead. And once again, it just this time, 3 players on the same spot for Kulenovići. It's always going to be costing them a goal in the defense. There really needs to be a better communication and also trust between each others, because if everybody's just being so close, it just kind of creates this kind of confusion and delay on every decision you're going to be making, because you're going to be confusing everybody else in the team. And it won't be a clear situation who's really going to go for it and who's going to stay to be defending on the net. Now Vladimir with the pass to Sino. It's going to be again just quickly denied. Now Vladimir with a kind of an interesting touch. Couldn't really get anything on target though. It's going to be fair. Again, putting the ball high, just going for the second touch. Couldn't really get it though. Just 1 minute left now. Fritzo with a shot, and again, it just Eagles. They are really nailing the defense right now. Just every time they get a chance in the offense, it's just gonna be saved or cleared right away before they even get a better chance to make this up for a really good defensive play. It's gonna be Vladimir getting a really good demo, but the shot was way off target, and now it's gonna be again Vladimir up in the air, and just the accuracy is really lacking right now. Just 80 seconds left. Now Vladimir, it's gonna be bouncing off the crossbar, but still nobody could get the touch. It's gonna be Fritzo. They just seems to be having their chances, but just every time it just gets close to danger, the ball is just immediately cleared. Just kind of creating that kind of feeling where they're able to get to scores and tie up the game, but still nothing seems to be enough in the offense. Eagles defense is just looking really good today, and now Eagles take the first win in the second series. I wasn't really expecting Eagles to be taking the first win, because if you look at their previous results, it just their team is definitely struggling to stay on the top, and it just they have to fight their way all the way to stay, maybe even get a better placement. But it just right now, Eagles are doing so much better in the defense. If you look at their saves, like everybody at least got one save, and they're also getting so quick and fast with their clears. They're just barely keeping the ball in their own half, which is doing a really good job at just denying any time where the ball might be just trying to build the pressure against the team. But Eagles, like I said, just their defense is looking really good right now, and for Kulenovići, they just really need a better accuracy, I would say, on their shots, because they're having their chances, but just nothing really over the top or just really scary. Now we're starting game 2. It's gonna be firm. Just getting a slight touch, getting an early lead for Eagles. A beautiful start for Eagles. This is exactly the moment that they have been waiting for. And you really hope that is gonna stay for Eagles through the series, because they really need a win to just boost up their placement and the standings right now. And another one that just goes in from all the way back, firm, just make it 2-0 for the team. Just huge defensive mistake coming from Kulenovići right now. Just one of them just making mispositioning mistake, and the other one was maybe we're just trusting his teammate on the ball, but he just, after he realized that it's gonna be a miss, well, it was way too late for him. It's gonna be Fritzo, just as soon as he switched to the Octane, just getting the read off the backboard. None of the defenders were able to create. You see that Ramsey making a huge whiff, and Fritzo, incredible patience. It seems like they have been playing it way too safe, where they're just booming the ball off the backboard and just wait for the ball to be dropping down. And if it's not cleared, well, it's gonna be really good for them, but never mind. Fritzo just getting a really good touch up in the air, and just all came down from that kickoff. Very well read by Fritzo, and now we're just tied up. 4 goals in barely 30 seconds. Fritzo winning another 50, trying to have that early pressure going. Now Firm, not to the best player, but still he's able to recover. Now Vladimir. Shot isn't on target though. Now Sino already up in there, just getting the touch, but getting bumped, and now Fritzo is there for the cleanup, and the lead is just completely stolen. That start Eagles had in the beginning, it's just completely gone now. Fritzo, he really stepped up, and he was involved in every important play has been going for the team. And it seems like Fritzo, this isn't even his final form yet. I've never seen such a quick response like this, and it's just all coming from one player only. Beautiful passing play, and just another one on the board for Kulenovići, extending the lead by another goal. You really get to love those passing plays, just they are even done in the air, which is gives it the feeling that it's gonna be more satisfying than just passing plays on the ground. It just really shows how the team is able to find each other's regardless the situation is. That was a close play, just almost in though. Now firm. Weak shot, and again just Kulenovići haven't really fixed their mistake in the defense yet. Triple commit. They didn't get capitalized on it though. It's gonna be a really nice bounce, but Vladimir just winning a very interesting 50 right there, just extending the lead furthermore. Vladimir, the ball just went the ping pong mode, and that's gonna be 5-2 on the board. We're not even done yet. We got 3 minutes left, and we already got 7 goals. Now Fritzo, the shot off target. But they still have enough on the board so far. And it's gonna be a huge miss from Maniac there. That's gonna be causing another goal. It's gonna be going on Kulenovići's favor. 6-2 on the board. And Kulenovići just really stepping up right now in game 2. Now Fritzo, Zero was trying to get the ball out of his own half so quickly. Just the pressure is really getting them right now. It's gonna be Fritzo. Still, even though it's just making those whiffs, the team is like already feeling comfortable. They got 4 goals lead, which is not really easy to lose, especially when it comes in 3v3 standard. It's just not the same as 1v1 or maybe even 2v2. It's gonna be bouncing on the ceiling. Now Vladimir with a touch. Just almost in. They're having their passing plays, but just their accuracy still doesn't really always seem to be there. Good save from third. Just preventing the team from bleeding out even worse. It's gonna be Fritzo. Maybe a touch of the ceiling, getting another one as it lands, but couldn't really get anything on target. It's gonna be easily cleared. And now Vladimir having to clear this on his own. Now Vladimir. Zero boost, and he's still able to win the 50. It's gonna be Fritzo. Just again another player in Kulenovići lacking the boost, isn't able to keep up with the speed right now. It's gonna be Vladimir. Shot to the other side. Now just the final minute of game 2. And the double commit coming from Eagles. They finally got their win. And they got their 2 goals lead earlier. And right now it just completely lost. Fritzo with a really good center ball. Still the ball just in the orange side. Now Maniac did. Just trying to clear the ball and just being really relaxed and not even panicking the defense. Another double commit in the defense as well from Kulenovići. You really hope this will get better. It's gonna be Ramsey having to play it very slowly. We're seeing a lot of double commits right now just from both teams at the moment, so it's not really the cleanest positioning yet. But the game is still over. I mean, Kulenovići did very well to respond back against Eagles in Game 2. They immediately shut them down for being comfortable to play through the series, and right now we're tied up just 1-1, Kulenovići versus Eagles, and now we're headed to game number 3. It is still amazing play coming from both sides, honestly. It just, Kulenovići, they were having solid offensive plays. If you look at the shot percentage, it's just incredible. They're having their passing plays, they're just doing so much better in the offense. We haven't seen them fixing their defensive mistakes yet, but still, overall, I think if you have a really good offense, then you won't be spending a lot of time in the defense. So I think that is the kind of direction that Kulenovići is going for. But for Eagles, it's just a crucial fall, I would say. Like, they had 2 goals lead earlier, and just it was immediately lost, and they stayed on their 2 goals they had after the kickoffs, and we haven't seen anything else after that. So hopefully in game number 3 things will get better for Eagles, because they had their first win in game number 1, but right now it seems to be completely gone after that loss, and hopefully that's not going to be the case though. Starting game number 3 right now. After that, Kulenovići response. This could be great for Kulenovići, but for Eagles, they really need a win to boost up their placement. Interesting 15, now it's gonna be Seno with a pass up in the air. It's gonna be Vladimir. Maybe just getting the double tap. Didn't really get that, and not even Fritzo. He was already up in the air. Now Vladimir. Really good read of the wall. Just gonna be causing a double commit in the defense once again. It's gonna be Fritzo looking for the second touch. He gets it, and the net is just left wide open. It just barely went in though. Now Fritzo is still not done yet. He's still having enough boost. He just goes for the touch, and Firm with a tight save. We're still scoreless. Defensive plays coming from Kulenovići right now. Just every time they seem to be having something really creative in their mind. For Eagles, we're also seeing better defense. But if you're just gonna be taking away those double commits, and it's gonna be a demo from Vladimir, but a high flick, what's gonna be seen over there with the cleanup, and finally having one on the board for Kulenovići. You just see that Vladimir just trying to harass the defender. He was like already way too deep inside, he was already helpless, but he just really wanted to make sure that this one's gonna be counting. And the demo will do. Now Firm. Again, just trying to center the ball, but couldn't really get anything helpful. Interesting plays going on. It's gonna be an early shot. Now Ramsey with it clear. And now again, it's just maniacally just missing those balls up in the air. 2-0, and even Fritzo just bumping Vladimir into the ball as well, but still it just, you see those mistakes. It's like, when it's happening in the offense, it's not that much of danger, but if it's in the defense, then you know there is something much bigger of a problem. Now Fritzo just already beating the players. When it comes to that bounce, it's gonna be a huge miss again in the air. 3-0 already for Kulenovići. It just every time the ball is up, you're really gonna be expecting a miss from Eagles right now. It just doesn't really indicate any good signal. And a delayed kickoff coming from Ramsey. Trying to start with an early ball control. And Vladimir really rushing, trying to get those 50s going, just trying to keep the ball staying the orange side as much as possible. Now it's gonna be Fritzo just barely shooting the ball on target though. It's gonna be bouncing all the way out. Now Vladimir with the back pass. Now Sano just looking for the second touch. He gets it, just maybe a bit way too high, but that would have been a beautiful play and possibly even play of the day. Just hit the backboard. Now Fritzo with the midfield pass is going to be Seno off to the corner. And Vladimir just having a lot of space given. Now Fritzo still trying to use those ramps, getting these bounces and just beating everybody up in the air. It's gonna be Fritzo just trying to get the read of the backboard. Almost nailed it. Just the offensive rotation for Kulenovići is doing so well already, forcing the defender to stay in the defense and having to clear it every time. And it must be a really frustrating moment if you're just going to be playing the defense for so long. It's just really preventing you from just even having a moment to breathe, because you're going to be stuck in the defense. Eventually you're going to be running out of boost. You're just going to have no choice but to pick those small boost pads, and you know that it's not going to be enough for you because you also have your teammates to be getting started eventually. Really good 50 from Ferb, but it's going to be Seno with the clear. Just keeping them scoreless at the moment. 20 seconds left. That is just absolute domination coming from Kulenovići. Gonna be Seno with a shot. Again, just gonna be off the crossbar. Now Fritzo. Maybe with his last chance, but still, it's gonna be game 3 for Kulenovići. 2-1 on the series, and that is a beautiful play coming from Kulenovići. Again, it just they seem to be dominating the offense. They're just preventing the team from having a moment to breathe, and just maybe even boost starving them until they just finally bleed out. They got 3-0 right now, which just really shows how they have really barely even had their offensive chances eventually. So game 4, which is going to be really important for Eagles, because their only hope right now is just to at least walk away with a draw. But I'm not sure if that's going to be possible if Kulenovići is going to keep playing like this. They're just barely showing any kind of mercy. We have seen those shots coming on crazy. It's basically raining shots from the beginning. So for Eagles, I would say they really need a better ability to clear the ball and just maybe better transitions. And also, like, we have seen a lot of mechanical mistakes happening in the defense where just the ball would be high, but still like not way too high to be a difficult way to make a save, but it could be the nerves from Eagles, but still you would definitely expect those to be saved very easily. And right now just another early lead for Kulenovići, just off the corner, just right away, Seno banging the ball so hard, and nobody was there to defend. And even if there was a defender in the back, there is no way it could jump and react right in time. So that's going to be an early lead for Kulenovići, and it's going to be Seno not going for the ball, but just for the demo. Close play here in the defense. That could have been a moment for Eagles. And Maniac there just using the corner to center the ball for his teammate. Vladimir with the pass to Fritzo. And it's gonna be Vladimir up in the air. Couldn't really get anything done. It's gonna be Seno keeping the ball on the other side and a double commit from the defense. Vladimir just getting the second touch and Seno almost found the angle. They're just not stopping with those passing plays. And also the execution and how fast it is done just really shows how this team is really aggressive once they're given the space and the time as well. And it's gonna be Vladimir with a shot of target, and it's gonna be Seno once again is there for the cleanup. 2-0 in game 4. The struggles are real for Eagles. They're just outpacing them in every play. Just there's always somebody coming from Kulenovići just being really fast toward the ball, and that's just as soon as you see it, you know that it's gonna be way too late for you. Now Vladimir getting a demo, couldn't really help his teammate though. The ball was still gonna be cleared. Vladimir back pass in the defense. What's gonna be Sino with a shot on top corner. 3-0. Already getting a hat-trick. 3 goals by this man himself. And it has been him most of the times. Actually, this guy is definitely the MVP of the series. Now Vladimir. Not to the best touch though. It's gonna be seen on the defense. Clearing the ball away, just denying the chance that Eagles could be having. Now Ramsey setting this high, and then also a double commit, but this time it's in the offense. The team is really struggling to keep up with the speed. And Seno just doing a really good job at pressuring the opponents at the moment. Now Vladimir just looking for the second touch, he gets it, but still just again on the backboard. A lot of demos happening from Kulenovići. Just really shows how they're just standing still most of the times, just waiting for the shot to be going at them, just having the chance to go ahead and save it. So that just really makes them to be looking very predictable in the defense. And you just really get to see them, how they're just moving very slowly in the defense as well. Which is kind of calling a demo if you're Kulenovići right now. A lot of double commits happening in the defense, in the offense as well from Kulenovići. They're just really trying to keep them stuck in their own half and just forcing them to stay scoreless, and Seno just squeezing the ball at the smallest space given. You can see the speed, like he already jumped before the ball even just becomes right towards the net, so he could just beat his opponent to the ball, just become the fastest possible. 4-0 already for Kulenovići. And the last minute and a half remaining. And the Eagles haven't scored in the previous game, and the last game it's not any different. It's gonna be Vladimir with a clear, and Maniacville with a really solid read on the ball, trying to keep the ball on the blue side. Maybe just trying to walk away with 1 goal at least here in game 4. Already 2 players up there, just maybe looking for the deep pinch, couldn't really get any of that. Now seeing it already up in there, just maybe looking for another A dribble. Now it's gonna be plenty for the cleanup. It's not gonna be there, but Fritzo finally just finishing the job. There's just always one player from Kulenovići is there for the cleanup, and I think that's what makes them a really scary team. And speaking of ability to capitalize on those mistakes, we have a team called Risky Business who is also able to do the same. So I'm not sure if Kulenovići and Risky Business played together yet, but it is definitely going to be the match that personally that I really want to see so bad, because I think both teams are like having similar kind of playstyle, and I think that's what makes it a really interesting team. But finally, just Maniac getting one on the board for his team before the timer hits 0. We got 2 seconds left only, but still, at least Eagles aren't gonna be walking away with nothing. Now it's just the last 2 seconds, and that's it. It's gonna be staying rolling on the ground, but still, congrats for Kulenovići. That was an impressive win, 3-1 against Eagles, and Eagles, they had a really good start, sadly, but it just